Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to another edition of the Sports Watch, where the only opinion that matters is right here. I am Mike Galletta, a.k.a.
Right here. Just all this area is where the opinion that matters, not there, right here.
You cut my intro off. What's going on?
I want the opinion that matters. It's all the opinion that matters.
You want to start? No, we're not starting. I am Mike Galletta, a.k.a. Hamilton Mike. This is Brian, the Ranger Retard. We are back for another solid edition of the Sports Box for you. Today, what the hell are we talking about today?
You know, it's funny because we normally this time of year you talk about how pumped up the Eagles fans are.
The Eagles we're talking about today. That's what we're talking about.
Well, you know, there's not a lot of juice, huh?
No, there's. You know what? I've been listening to sports talk for a while now, and you know, people calling in and stuff. There's not a lot of juice yet. I know training camp starts next week, but Eagles fans, hello. Is it just because Sam Bradford's quarterback? Is it because the defense might not be a top 10 defense this year? Is it because they might take a step back this year? And listen, I'm not breaking chops right now. I'm really not. I'm just saying the obvious. I think the Eagles do take a step back this year. Remember, folks, you could take one step back, take two steps forward. I think this team is a 6-10, 7-9 team. You like it or not, they do have a tough schedule. They're not as talented as you think they are. They faced 3 teams off a bye week this year. I mean, Brian, we both talked about this before. This team, I don't think, is that solid.
The Eagles, they forget the opinion that matters is right here. They always want to bash us, and they always want to, you know, just reminders.
That's right.
No, not a lot of juice at all. Most people, I mean, if you listen again, like you said, Sports on Radio, a lot of lowered expectations this year.
Yep.
Probably the first time in a long time, Eagles fans are probably realistic about what their team's going to do this year. But like you said, it's a year that's in transition. I mean, again, you just drafted, hopefully, what you hope is the franchise quarterback of the future. Yep. You're not going to play him this year by all accounts. A new coach who's never coached a pro NFL game, so he's his first, you know, soiree into that. A
first-round wide receiver that hasn't done anything last year that you hope can step up this year and be the person you drafted him to be. A running back situation that's in flux.
A lot of questions.
Guy can't stay healthy. I mean,
the interesting part to me, and then we're going to fast forward here because again, I'm with you. I think you're actually a little nicer to the Eagles than I am. I'm seeing 5 wins this year out of this team. The problem, I think, and it's kind of funny to me personally as a Dallas fan, is they're probably going to host the draft next year, and they're not going to have a first-round pick.
That's kind of sad.
It's kind of funny to me.
Yeah.
You know, but again, listen, if you have the right expectations, it's okay. It's a year that, again, they're going to be in transition this year.
Yeah.
They don't expect to win this year. They're just trying to set the table for the future and see where it goes. But I'm just kind of surprised that really nobody's talking about the Eagles at all.
Yeah, this time last year, everybody's fired up about them. I mean, the defense, you got to look at the defense in general. The defensive line is fine. Don't worry about that. The linebackers, you know what, they're okay, but they have no linebacker depth. Their safeties are fine. I think they're solid at safety with the, you know, with what they have. Just the cornerbacks are question marks. I mean, that's what you got to put it all together to be a top 10 defense in the league anymore. And you've seen the defenses in the past that take teams to Super Bowl. Is this team that can go to the Super Bowl or get there? No, I don't think they may be a playoff team. They may be a wild card team. But you know what? You see the NFC. They're going to have to win 10 games, I think 9 or 10 games to get into the playoffs this year. I just don't see it happening.
I don't see it happening whatsoever.
They got a tough schedule this year, folks. They really do. They got a tricky schedule. I mean, they play on the road in Cincinnati. They're home off the Vikings off a bye week. You know, they do have the Steelers this year. They got some tough games this year. So, yeah, I don't know.
I don't see it. No. I look at that offense, Mike. I mean, tell me who I'm worried about. If I'm an opposing defensive coordinator, who am I worried about?
You're not scared of Ruben
on the
Randall?
Eagles' offense? Yeah, Ruben Randall.
I mean, like you said, the wide receiving core is stagnant at best. People can tell me Jordan Matthews all day long. Okay, well, Jordan Matthews is a nice player. He's not Antonio Brown. And I'm not saying you need a guy like that in life. It's nice to have, but they don't have anybody on this roster that's solid and proven. Jordan Matthews is a nice slot guy, I think, but we'll see. He's probably the #1 guy right now.
He's a complimentary type player. He played his best when he was not the focal point of the offense.
Yep.
When a guy like Jeremy Maclin was on the outside drawing defensive coverage, a guy like Matthews found his way to get some open looks and catch a couple passes.
I still think they screwed up by not signing Maclin. I mean, there's a guy, a veteran receiver. You need the lineup. You need it to help you catch balls.
But they wanted DeMarco Murray. DeMarco Murray.
All those guys are gone. This is the new Eagles regime. Let's move forward with it. But like I said, in personal opinion, I think they're 6-10. Keep an eye out for our NFL special coming. We're going to face the impossible. And you know what? It's possible. We're going to have a fan from every single team in the NFL here, or by Skype, or by phone. Yeah, damn right we're going to get it. Because guess what? We may not know that many Houston Texans or Jacksonville fans. But you know what? If if I have to call Jacksonville on a payphone and get somebody on the payphone to get on the sports box, damn it, I'm going to do it. We're going to do this for you because we love you and we want you to subscribe to us. Damn it, subscribe. So, I'm sorry. I should have turned the rant line on, but I didn't. But that's all the time we have for the Sports Box. Keep an eye out. We got some good stuff coming. Great stuff coming. Keep an eye out for it. Brian's going to love it. You'll see it in a
Slightly concerned?
Slightly. Be very concerned. So, thanks for watching. Keep an eye out. See ya!
Don't forget to subscribe.